and welcome to Back Care Advent. Today we are going to do a very specific type of stretch for the quadriceps, PNF, or proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. Let's break that down. Proprioception is your brain's awareness of where your limbs are in space. So this is how we can stand up tall, we can be bipeds, how we walk, and we don't fall down. It's because of proprioception, which is a very, very complicated neurological system connecting our eyes, ears, and motor neurons all together. So proprioception, where our limbs are in space. Neuromuscular, neuro, brain and nerves, muscular, muscles. Facilitation, making sure that they're working as we want them to. So in a nutshell, PNF stretching is muscle-brain connection to the right amount in the correct place where we want to feel better control of the musculature. All right. PNF is a progressive way of building more control. Really important way to stretch, particularly if you have knee, hip, back pain issues, stiffness, this kind of thing. It's also only temporary. So you gain, the first time you do it, you gain about 10 minutes of extra facilitation. And each time you do PNF, your brain resets and just goes, oh, okay, yeah, this is familiar, cool, let's give it a little bit longer. We call this neuroplasticity. So your brain is learning where it needs to be and how much more it needs. But you need to keep doing it repetitively to lay down the neurons, to learn the skill, to adapt, and so on and so on and so on, to gain flexibility, as it were. Or in this case, neuromuscular connections. So PNF is important, as we've said, for pain. It's important for power training, movement, if you want to improve your speed reactions and other such things. Okay, so how do we do PNF stretching? We're going to focus particularly on our quadriceps today because it's quite easy to do. If you have sore knees, go easy. Okay, go gently, do what you can. If you are unable to grab your foot itself, use a band, use a belt, whatever you have handy. It doesn't really matter, okay? The purpose of this stretch, you'll see, it's not about the position of where your foot is, it's about the ability to contract and relax. Let's get on with it. So find a wall or somewhere that you can use to help hold on. That's for balance. So that's one less thing that you need to concentrate on, because you want your brain to be focusing on the connections down here, not falling down. Yeah. So holding on gives you more stability. Choose a leg. Doesn't matter which one because we're going to do both. Okay. Reach for that foot. Now, if you've got tightness in your quadriceps, what you might notice is that you want to bend forwards or bring that knee ahead of you, which is fine to begin with. But by the end of the first set, you want to be in a much straighter position. If you already have pretty good flexibility, keep your knees together and keep your chest up nice and tall. All right. So you can feel the stretch in that quad. And you're going to take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to push your foot into your hand to create tension. So my foot's pushing down and my hand is holding it still. Maintain, maintain, and relax. And you're slowly going to ease the tension off, keeping your knee squeezed in, pulling the foot closer to the bottom. And maintain that new stretch position. 5 to 6 seconds. Take another deep breath. Exhale and do the same thing. Push that foot into your hand. Keep pushing. 5 seconds is the goal. Good. And when you relax, do it slowly. So ease off that muscle contraction and pull your foot in. And what you notice each time is you can pull your foot in a little bit closer, but also when you begin that contraction, it's so much stronger. Okay, third round, here we go. Deep breath in. Exhale, push. You can really feel the power now. You can feel it switching on. Lovely. Good. And relax. Good. And we're maintaining that new position of stretch to allow the nervous system to understand that's where we want it to be. and then we slowly release, go for a walk. Because we want the nervous system to understand that we've finished, and it wants to learn what muscle spindles and what nervous system is now available to that particular muscle group. So if you were, for example, doing a squat session or about to do body pump, doing these PNF stretches just before would help you increase how much speed you have and generation force during the squats, for example. And so therefore you can lift more, you can do more reps, you gain more power without endangering yourself of tearing fibres that aren't quite ready yet. So the other side, now for me this is the side where I have stress fractures and all sorts of nasty things going on in my knee, which I'm in the process of healing. So it's quite sore, my knee, and I just want you to pay attention to the difference, okay? So the other side, I could be quite powerful and I was sturdy and I was confident. This side is ever so slightly different. See if we can spot it. So to begin with, my range of movement is quite restricted to get into full flexion. So I have to keep my knee further forwards and I have to bend my supporting knee because otherwise it pulls too much. So I'm already feeling that pulling through my quad just by being here. So I'm starting in a more flexed position. And when I push, I'll take a deep breath in, exhale, push. I'm really gently putting that stretch on. I'm not going straight into as much power as I can generate immediately. I'm building it up slowly, reaching full point about now, and then slowly releasing. And rather than just pulling in like I could on the other leg, what I'm trying to do is straighten up. So I'm encouraging the other muscles to do what they want to do, and my knee will follow suit. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale, push. So now the second time around it's less painful in my knee. I can still feel it, but it's far less painful. Once you've done the initial exhale, continue breathing normally. Okay, and then relax off. So now I'm just about to start the third rep. This side is probably about the same as where I was on the first side on the first rep. Deep breath in, exhale, push. Yeah, no pain at all now. I can feel my quads engaging. I can push, there's much more power there. Good. I'm holding it for a little bit longer, and then as I relax, there's much more range of movement in there. Slowly release and go for a walk. So even if you have pain, you have an injury, you have a problem, anything like that, you're not confident with the movement, we can adapt it. We start off with less tension, we build it up ever so slowly. When it understands when your nervous system and your brain understand what you're asking of it, it will play its role. It will come along with the ride, come along on the ride with you, going, okay, so we know that there's an ongoing problem in this joint, but it's the joint that's the problem, it's the bones. The muscles themselves are fine, so we can absolutely reconnect those things. And then when the muscles are switching on properly, the joint is now supported, there's less problem happening in the joint, there's less friction, there's less rubbing. Therefore, I'm in far less pain, which means I can do physio, I can get up and about, and I can do what I need to do to rehabilitate the joint itself. Okay? It's the same with backs, hips, ankles, elbows, shoulders. If a joint is causing you problem, then there's no reason for you to not try to work the surrounding musculature in order to support it. Rest is not an option for you if you have an injury. Being sensible and doing the right things, loading, and getting your musculature to work properly is definitely the right option. Now I'm giving you a run up at this, I'm giving you a series of things that you can try, but if you want more help, please ask. You should definitely not just be sitting on your sofa resting with ice. That's a bad call, it's only going to make you worse. Be gentle with your system and allow it to work with you, and you will feel only benefits. Alright, you take it easy, and I'll see you soon.